I released a video asking you guys, what if you could go back in time and invest in PayPal or Square when they were $9 billion? What would you do? And a lot of you got really excited about this video, really excited about this company. But you guys had some concerns as well, and I want to talk about those concerns in this video. So stick around. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. I'm Richard Allen. We talk about stocks on this channel, and some of the stocks we talk about are really exciting opportunities, and this one is no exception. We're going to talk about BFT. This is a SPAC merging with a massive fintech company, Paysafe, led by William Foley, who used to be the CEO, chairman, and founder of Fidelity. This is a big deal. This is probably one of the largest SPACs that will ever happen, as SPACs probably come under further scrutiny next year. But when I released this video, a lot of you had some concerns about this company, ranging from what's going on with this investigation. They're being investigated for breaking laws and fiduciary agreements and all this kind of stuff. They have terrible reviews. Why are we only getting a 4% stake in the company? And these are all very valid concerns that I want to talk about in this video. So let's just dive right into the biggest one, okay? Shareholder notice. Brodsky & Smith LLC announces an investigation of Foley Trasimene Acquisition Corp. That's BFT, okay? And on paper, on here, it doesn't look good, guys. It looks really bad, right? They're investigating potential claims against the board of directors of BFT for possible breaches of fiduciary duty and other violations of federal and state law in connection with a merger agreement with Paysafe. At first glance, this is really scary, but I want to hopefully quell your fears, because here are all the companies that Brodsky & Smith are suing. Look at this. Look at this. Every SPAC under the sun, essentially. And the SPACs you love and trust and probably invest in are on this list. IPOC is on this list. LGVW or Butterfly IQ, we just talked about that. Chamath and Mark Cuban SPAC, INAC is on this list. CIIC or Arrival is on this list. Dunkin' Donuts? Who sues Dunkin' Donuts? They're trying to sue Dunkin' Donuts. These guys are terrible. But seriously, like there's so many people on this list. Like we could just go down this list and you're going to probably see your favorite SPAC on this list. And this is what they're doing.
Attention. If you or a loved one was diagnosed with mesothelioma, you may be entitled to financial compensation.
That's all this is. That's all this is, guys. This is an advertisement essentially to shareholders of BFT saying, hey, if you don't like this merger, you may be entitled to financial compensation. We talked about this with APXT last week. We talked about this already. And this comes up with every single SPAC, and I know it worries you guys, but in my mind, this isn't something to worry about, because it's just essentially a mad grab by these ambulance-chasing law firms, right? That they're just saying, hey, if you're unhappy with merging with one of the largest fintech companies in the world, you may get some money. In almost every case, these lawsuits don't add up to anything. They don't. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about with this, okay? Because I think it was a fear that you guys have, and I understand, okay? Also, one of you talked about and actually posted a bunch of reviews in the comments. I asked you to stop because you can find disgruntled people with any company, right? Like just look at any of your favorite apps on the App Store or any of your favorite companies. I used to run a jewelry store, and we would get irrational, terrible reviews every once in a while. Regardless of how well we were doing, we would get terrible reviews every once in a while. And there were some bad reviews that you found for Paysafe. One of the reviews said, this is a scam. If this company was a scam, do you think YouTube and Google and Epic Games and Fortnite and Roblox and on and on and on and DraftKings would be using them as a service? Do you think they'd really be processing $100 billion worth of transactions a year if the company was a scam? Probably not. It'd be a pretty brilliant scam, if they were processing that many payments and generating over $1.5 billion in revenue, it'd be a pretty brilliant scam. So in my mind, that's not anything to worry about either. The biggest concern I do have, though, and I agree with you that we're going to jump up into the presentation again. 4% is the lowest ownership stake I've ever seen for a SPAC. But keep in mind, this is the largest SPAC I've ever talked about. This is a $9 billion deal. This is a big deal. This company actually used to be public on the London Stock Exchange not that long ago. This is a company that has been around since 1996. This predates PayPal. This is a big deal, right? So Blackstone and CVC took this company private not that long ago. And I think this is the perfect time for a company like this to go public again. They need the cash to increase their position in different markets. And I think this is really the perfect time for this to go public. But 4%, when I saw that number, I was like, that's kind of low. That's kind of low. So I agree with you. I agree with you that's kind of a low ownership for the BFT shareholders. So this is a big deal. It's a complicated transaction. The other concern that I didn't see come up in the comments, but is a concern of mine personally, is this is a long process. This probably won't merge until the second quarter of 2021. So you have to be prepared to hang on to this for a long time. April, May, June, right? Like that's when this could happen. So this isn't a, hey, buy now, get worried about the price going up and down. This is an opportunity. Here's how I'm thinking of this. I averaged down today. I'm going to buy and I'm going to say,
you just set it and forget it.
You just set it and you forget about it.
You just set it and then forget it.
You just set it and forget it. Set it and forget about it.
Set it and forget about it. Seriously, guys, this is a company I'm not worrying about my cost basis. I averaged down today. I bought at like 13 something, and then I bought at 1260 something. I've averaged my position down. I have almost 500 shares now with a cost basis of just over $13. So I think this is a great opportunity. That's how I'm treating this. Every once in a while, I will not give you price targets on a stock because I think we should think more long-term on some of these companies. And Paysafe is one of them. Now, in terms of revenue, I want to go over revenue numbers because I compared them to Square. And is it a comparable company? Yes, because they do almost exactly the same thing. Now, we talked about William Foley and his expertise with Fidelity and just finance in general. This guy is a big deal in the finance space. And he's coming on as chairman in hopes to help Paysafe bring down their costs and increase their margins, right? So they can start making more money. Square brings in almost $5 billion in revenue, $4.7 billion in revenue, where Paysafe, it only brings in about $1.5 billion worth of revenue. Now, there's a big disparity when they do similar transaction volume. But it's because of Square's dominance with Cash App. That's one of the biggest ones. But Square doesn't have the dominance in iGaming that will soon explode. Right? There's only 12 states where iGaming is legal right now, and that's set to increase to 20 plus states. We've talked about that with Lottery.com and TDAC. I like this opportunity a lot better than I do Lottery.com. If Bill Foley, William Foley, whatever you want to call him, if he can come in and increase margins and bring in the right people to help this company grow, I mean, this could be, some people are saying a 10x opportunity. But if we really look at the numbers based on cash flow and EBITDA and revenue and all this kind of stuff, they have an opportunity to 3 to 5x relatively quickly, probably in the next year or two, from just a pure market cap standpoint. That's where I'm looking. I think 3 to 5x is relatively realistic within the next 2 years. I think we have a good opportunity to do that with this stock. I really do. I really do. And I know I was excited about this last night, and I'm really, really still excited about it. The only things that concern me, right? The 4% ownership stake. But those fears are being quelled by the fact that this is a massive deal backed by massive players. And we have Bill Foley, who's going to come in and hopefully clean the company up a little bit to the point where they're increasing their margins. Because if they can do that, right? This is, in my mind, there's no reason why this isn't a $30 to $50 billion company in the next year or two. This is a long-term hold for me. I'm not going to worry about the little ups or downs. If it goes below, like right now, where are we at here? 12.80 per share. It's gone between 13.77 and 12.42 per share. So I don't know, guys. I'm not going to worry about just the little swings in this company. I'm just not. I purchased a bunch of shares today. Like I said, I purchased at 13.29, 12.86, and 12.70. I have a cost basis of right around 13. On paper, I'm down on this trade a couple percent, but I would encourage you not to think this way with this company. I think we've got to think more long term with this company, as we do with like a company like MP Materials. This is a big opportunity when it gets on people's radar over the next few months. And I say over the next few months because that's my other concern, right? Is we're hanging on to this company before the merger, second quarter, right? They're saying like the first half of 2021, and that could mean as late as June, right? So we could be waiting a long time with our money tied up in a SPAC, right? If you guys have other concerns, please bring them to my attention down in the comments. I'll do my best to address them. I hope with the investigation, your issues with like reviews and stuff, the ownership thing, I hope this quells some of your fears about this specific company. Again, I want to say this. Do your own research. And I know this is part of your research. One of you commented last night, and I absolutely love the comment. It's one of my favorite comments I've ever gotten. That you sit down, you grab your iPad, you sit down with a glass of wine, and you watch a few of us on YouTube. And when your daughter asks you what you're doing, you say, "This is mom's school." So I love that, and I do the same thing. I research companies on YouTube, but then I jump on and I try to dig into the financials of the company. And I know you guys do too. But one of you said yesterday as well, "Hey, I bought this company and I'm down now when I could have bought these other two companies." I will never make buy and sell recommendations on this channel, ever. I'll tell you what I'm doing, and I'll give you my research so you can make an informed decision on your own. That's my goal with this channel. So we can all make more informed decisions when we're investing in the stock market. That's it, plain and simple. Okay, so don't make buying and selling decisions purely based on these videos. Do your own research. Don't just jump in based on what we're saying on YouTube here. But you can definitely use it as part of your research, just like a lot of us do. I do the same thing. I have a lot of YouTubers that I watch. Some of you guys are asking, who do you watch? I watch Tom Nash. He just had 100,000 subscribers. Brilliant YouTuber. Fantastic technical analysis in terms of actually digging into the numbers of a stock. Knows far more than I do. Dead Inside is one of my favorite YouTubers right now because he seems to have some of the best timing in the market that I've ever seen. And he's just got a knack for picking winners. Those are probably the main two that I watch in terms of my research that I do, similar to you guys watching my videos. So check out their channels if you haven't already. Again, it's Tom Nash and Dead Inside, two fantastic YouTubers that I think you guys will really, really love, especially if you like the style of my videos as well. So guys, we are almost at 16,000 subscribers. What? I was just celebrating less than a week ago 10,000 subscribers. This is absolutely crazy to me. In 2 days, so on Thursday, I'm going to schedule the live stream here soon. We're doing a live stream to celebrate 10,000 subscribers, and I'm giving away $500 to 4 of you guys. I still have to figure out the logistics of that. But I'm really, really excited to do that before Christmas, so you guys, 4 of you, can have a little bit of a better Christmas. And that's my way of giving back, because we've had a good year here. Despite all the crap going on, my family has had a really good year, and I wanna give back, pay it forward, you know? So that's something I'm gonna get scheduled here relatively soon. I'm thinking Thursday at around 7 or 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. So I hope you guys will join me for that. The more people, the better. All you have to do is comment on that video to be entered into the drawing for $500. 4 of you guys are going to win. And based on how many subscribers we have, you're going to have a pretty darn good chance of winning some money. So I hope to see you guys there. I hope to interact with you guys in the chat and stuff like that as well. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I've never done any sort of live thing. But I think it'll be really, really cool to share that time with you guys. So, as always, if you didn't already do it, click that beautiful red subscribe button down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.